Good morning. It's Kate Bolt, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK for another Facebook Live coffee and cards. I can't believe it's Tuesday all over again. Oh, I seem to say that every week, but the weeks do seem to fly by. Don't they say that when you're getting older, that time goes by faster? I'll just wait a few minutes to see if anyone hops on and joins me live. Welcome if you're joining me live. It's lovely to have you with me. Good morning, Jen. Hello, I hope you're well. It's a bit of a dull, dreary day here in Aylesbury in Buckinghamshire today. It is miserable looking and we're still waiting for summer to arrive, but I'm sure it will soon. Hi, Joe. Morning, Carol. Morning to you all. Yeah, so sorry I'm a couple of minutes late today. Time was running away. It's been a very busy morning already. So, but here we are. And I have a cup, but no coffee. I drank it. So I'm hoping maybe my lovely husband will get off a work call in a bit and make me one. Who knows? I don't know. He's busy anyway. Morning, Linny. Lovely to see you. Morning again, Jen. I'm so glad you're with me. We seem to have lots going on with Stampin' Up this month, don't we? Loads of offers, lots of things going on. Just got to make sure I'm on top of sharing all the news with you. So we've got our amazing kit collection launching next week on the 1st of June, which is also my son's birthday. Double celebration. So our kit collection, which is amazing. You have a cup and no coffee too. It's not good enough, is it? We need our coffee. The kit collection is fabulous. So the idea of the kit collection is that Stampin' Up are launching a collection of kits. They're suitable for everyone, beginner right through to experienced crafters. They've got every single thing in there you need to start crafting, and they are fun and fab and varied. And the idea is they're not in the catalogue. They're an online thing, so you can go on and see what the range is at the time. So the idea is that go in, see what we've got. We're going to start, I think we'll have 10 different kits to start with. Go on, see what the availability is. Get the one that you like, and yeah, and if it's basically if it goes out of stock, they won't necessarily be replaced. They're replaced by a new kit. So there'll be lots of different ones coming and going. So that's the idea, which is why there's no good to put them in a catalogue, because they'll be changing over. So yeah, there'll be an online option to order those from the 1st of June, and keep your eyes peeled because I'm going to be doing a class in June using the kits, and it's going to be an online class. So I'm quite excited for that. Zaina, you say you can't see me. Does anyone else have any issue with that? I can see me fine on my laptop. I hope it's not this end, and I hope it gets sorted for you. Do let me know. And how are you? Has anybody been doing anything exciting? It seems... Hi, Joe. Can you see me okay? Just to check that everything is fine. Excellent. Oh, thank you, Linny. I'm glad that's okay. Sorry, Zaina, then. I'm sure it's your end. Maybe it's just a Wi-Fi issue, and it'll get sorted soon. Update on our kitchen. So Wednesday evening, we got our new sink put in and our boiler tap. And hi, Lucy. And oh, I'm so glad you can all see me. Hi, Carol. I wish I could see you all. You were in A&E and ENT. What happened, Jen? I hope you're all right. Doesn't sound good. Did one of the kids have something wrong with their ear, nose and throat? Oh, I hope you're all right. Yeah, kitchen wise. So yeah, the tap went in on Wednesday afternoon. So we now have a sink in the kitchen. I thought you were going to say Torsten. Is he all right? Fingers crossed he's okay, bless him. Oh, I don't know why that is, Zaina. Honestly, I'm sorry about that. And what else with the kitchen update? So the sink has gone in and the hob has gone in. We have a completely fully functioning kitchen and it looks amazing, and the painting is starting tomorrow. Oh, poor kid. Did he have a block, dear? All drained and he's fast asleep. Poor little kid. I hope he's all right. Oh, that's just miserable. Nothing wrong. Nothing worse than ears, is there? earache, toothache and childbirth. That's the worst pains there are, I would say. Maybe kidney stones. Oh, poor kid. Lots of TLC and cuddles from mum today then, eh, Jen? I'm so sorry about that. It's not fun. So yeah, so kitchen is being wrapped up. We are getting that painted the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week, and our hallway ceiling is getting painted. We had the radiator taken off the wall at the end of last week in the kitchen, both of those. And we had an electrician come in yesterday and move one of the plug sockets over. So we still got holes in the wall, but it'll all be beautiful, hopefully, by the beginning of next week. He squeezed something. Oh dear. Oh, that sounds awful. Anyway, I hope he's all right. Don't sound like the sounds of that. Hope he's okay. So I'm a little bit excited today because I did my big Stampin' Up order last week. I was telling you about. I think I told you about it on Friday. Yeah, my big order for the new catalogue. So I'd done quite a decent pre-order, so I wasn't in a hurry to do my big first order for the new catalogue. But I eventually got around to doing it all and the paper share and everything last week. And I had notification that it was coming on Monday, which I thought was really quick. But then it got pushed back to Wednesday. But then I had notification yesterday saying it was coming today. So either way, it's coming today or tomorrow, but I'm quite excited for that. You've got me on your computer to watch and phone to message. Is there a problem, Lucy? Tell me if there's problems. I hope there's not. So we are going to have some fun today using the sunflowers. This is the last of our, oh yes, I'll talk about this. This is the last one of our May coffee and cards kits in the posts for this month. So I will be letting you know about June fairly shortly, but I won't, if next week is the 1st of June, I won't be going live. I won't be doing coffee and cards next Tuesday morning because that is John's birthday and it's also half-term week and we may actually be doing something for him. So I think because it's a 5-week month anyway, we're going to start coffee and cards from the following week for June. Oh, you want me on a bigger screen? I'm not sure that's such a good idea, Lucy. That's funny. Bless you. Yeah, so we won't be here for coffee and cards next week. A week off for my son's birthday, but I'll be back the following week. And we've still got another 4 weeks left of June to play with, which is great. So I'm gonna turn the camera over. We're back playing with the sunflowers. I better grab those out there behind me. And oh, you're all good, Zayna. Did you get it sorted? Oh, that's good news. Excellent. Right, here we go. I'm going to turn the camera around. It's always a bit clunky. Actually, what I might do is try and sort my tripod out first this week and see. All you'll see is my grid, but then it'll be a bit easier in a minute. Let's see. I don't know what you can see there, actually. Oh, you can see my lap. Okay, you can kind of see, but I can't really see what you can see, so I'm going to turn the camera over. So do bear with me. That's very weird. There we go. So I do apologise if you feel a little bit seasick. So this week we're still sticking with the yellows with the sunflowers. I'm personally using Daffodil Delight. I have got Bumblebee out. I'm probably only going to use one of those yellows. So I'm probably going for Bumblebee. Oh, Alfie. I've got Early Espresso for one of my sentiments. And then I've got a green. Did I even get my green out? Oh, yes. So the one I've used in my sample was Old Olive. I decided to change it up this week and go with Evening Evergreen, but you can choose which you prefer. So I've got my my online shop here if anybody wants to go shopping, and I've got May's host code. Definitely use the host code at checkout and then I will be able to send you a thank you gift at the end of the month for shopping with me. Does that look okay there, guys and girls, ladies and gents? Let me see a little bit better. My screen over here is very tiny. Guys and girls. But I don't want to hear me. There we are. I can see what you can see. A dog hair and a load of dust. It's very close up. Hold on. Here we go. How's that? Is that better? Fabulous. All right, I'm going to grab the sunflowers. Here they go. Make sure I've got the dyes out as well. Make sure we can see what we can see is what we want to see. Does that make any sense at all? All right, okay. So here we go. We have got Celebrate Sunflowers for the last of our May's coffee and cards. And we have got the sunflower dyes. We haven't made complete use of the dyes for coffee and cards, because coffee and cards is generally a simple one layer card, but I have been using this die quite a lot, and I think I've used this one once, maybe this one once, but the rest of them I've hardly touched, just for that reason. And also I want you to be able to join along too, and if you don't have the dies, you can't make it too difficult. Okay, so you can substitute for any flower and die set though, of course. Okay, I think I'm going to start off with this one. And I have put in some, oh, looks like I've got some exciting things going on in here. I design these kits obviously a month in advance, and I sometimes at the end, when we're getting near the end, I can't quite remember what we did, what I did, because I'm getting old and my memory's not what it was. So here we are. So those of you who subscribe to my kit class in the post will have all the pieces you need. Yeah, and if not, you can just craft along anyway. You can just do it anyway. So this is the card we're making. This one with this beautiful sunflower here. Know that you are loved, and we've taken one of these dies from the, I think this is from the Stitch So Sweetly Stitched dies. Oh, I've got no middle. I got a naked middle. You can tell I was rushing. Okay, so you may have, depending on what I've given you, there's probably random, an early espresso card base. I've actually got a crumb cake, so you could have one of either. And then for my layer, so as always, my card base is an A4 card scored in half at 10.5 and cut in half at 14.8.5 or 14.9. And then I have got a piece of white for my next layer, which is just, excuse me, slightly smaller by half a centimetre. So this one is 10 by 14.3. And what we're using with it is the In Good Taste Designer Series papers. These have carried over to the new annual catalogue. These are fantastic papers, and they are so popular. I think they're the only one that carried over. And they're basically background papers. They're amazing. Let me show you these. They're so, so useful. And I bought a big pack last year, and I'm still getting through them. And I'm still using them. I've got tiny scraps left of so many. But they go a long, long way. If I can find all the papers. Papers, where are you? Here we are. So they're in here, in the new catalogue on page 132, and they are near the top here. So they're 12 by 12, double-sided, and you get 24 sheets of these. So you are getting 2 each of 12 double-sided designs, and they are fabulous. I've got all these on there. And so they're £20, but that's because you're getting twice the amount of papers in the pack. As I say, mine have lasted me such a long time. So we are using some of that in here today. So I've picked out this one that looks a bit like tiles, brick work, to go on there as my next layer like that. And then I have got a smaller piece of the same papers here. So this layer will be 9.5 by 13.8. And let me tell you what this little piece is in case you're crafting along. This little piece is 7.8 centimetres by 10.2 centimetres. And then I got a piece of basic white, which is just a couple of millimetres smaller, and it is 7.5 centimetres by 10. So literally just a couple of millimetres smaller. And that little piece there is the piece we're going to be stamping on. So if I move these out of the way, and our little die cut. All right, I'm going to grab a bit of scrappy paper here to do my stamping on, one that I've already used. I'm going to show you a neat trick for stamping. So if you've got my kit in the post, you'll have a piece like this. This is a piece of our grid paper, and I've cut it out using the die. So I'm going to show you why. I have used this big stamp here. So I want a mask for it. And to create a mask for it, I've taken the die that matches the stamp, this big one, and I've cut out a piece of scrap paper, just like that. Okay. And the reason I've used this really thin paper is I want a really thin layer for when I do my stamping. And I'll show you why that is in a minute as well. So I've just used that die. Now, what you could also do is, if you don't have the dies, you could stamp one of these large flowers and cut it out using your snips. Okay, so you could do that. There's a delivery van outside our house. I just hope he's not going to come knocking on our door right now. All right, now there's a reason why I want the mask. So first of all, I'm going to stamp the big sunflower. Right, here it is. Let's grab a big block for it. That's a huge block, but that will do. Right, okay, let's pop it on. I think we're going to use Bumblebee. It is my door. But it sounds like my husband's going to get it, which is very useful. Here we go. So we're going to use the Bumblebee ink today. And I'm going to ink up that whole flower here. Give him a good ink up like that. I have no idea what has come. Honestly, I have no idea what's arrived. My husband orders something. I think he orders something like nearly every day. I don't know what he's ordering, like a cable for this or something for that. And honestly, I don't know. It's a mystery all the time. I'm going to stamp it so it's hanging over the side of my piece of white. That's just how I'd like it to look. Does anybody else have that? Somebody in the house is constantly ordering something they need. It's a mystery parcel. Right. Oh, I like the bumblebee. That's so nice, isn't it? Okay. Now, see, that's the daffodil and that's the bumblebee. You can see the difference there. Let me pop the light on. Don't know if it'll make much difference. Now, the reason I need a mask is I want these little leaves to look like they're coming out from underneath. All right, so let's grab my green. I've decided on Evening Evergreen. And the stamps. And I think I've gone for the double ones. So you do get large leaves here. And you get a double small leaf. The dies that come with this, cut these out separately, which is fab. It's kind of one die, it cuts out 2 leaves. If that makes sense. All right, I'm going to put that on a block now. So what I want to do is I want it to look like it's coming out of from underneath it. So this is how you mask and layer up images when you're stamping. Look at mine. I cut it out from a piece of scrap that I've used for everything. So first of all, I need to line it all up. Got a feeling it goes that way around, but I can't remember. There's that bit there. Right, I think I've got it. Not sure though. There we are. Now, you need it to fit for a reason. No, that's not right. That's right. Can you see how it fits really well if you look up here and you fits in. You can use a bit of post-it note. That helps because it'll stick it down without making it too sticky. That works as well. Now, I'm going to ink up my leaves. Okay, now, the reason that I've used this really thin paper here, the grid paper, you could use cheap copy paper as well, is I want my paper to be thin so that when I stamp on it, I have a less of a ridge to go over, because otherwise you can leave a little outline, which is a bit annoying. You can leave a gap on the edge, so you want it to be really tight and really thin. So I've inked that up really well, and I'm going to go for it. And I'm going to make sure it's pressed down pretty well, because I don't want to leave a gap. But that's pretty good, isn't it? And then I'm going to do it again down the bottom. Make sure it's still lined up. Actually, I might end up covering that with my label. So I might do another one just here. Don't know if that's going to show up. Oh, I got a bit of green. Never mind. Okay. So does that make sense about what the mask is for? So you could, if you want to do lots of flowers and look them like they're all overlapping each other, do that. Do you see how I haven't pressed very firmly and I've got a gap here? That's what happens if you don't press firmly enough, but also if your cardstock is too thick. I'm not going to try and do it again because I'm not going to line it up. If you did it in the Stamparatus, you could line it up really well. Anyway, I'm going to leave it. I'm not too worried about it. It's going to be fine because I'm going to put my label on that. Right, so that's the idea. Now I'm going to layer these. Layer. Words won't work for me today. Oh dear. So, having the kitchen done was absolutely exhausting. I've discovered this last week. I'm absolutely shattered. Do you know, it's so lovely. It's such a beautiful kitchen, something we chose. And I can't say it was stressful because, you know, it's a luxury, isn't it, having a new kitchen fitted. It's more exhausting, I think is the word. All right. There we are. So when it's all done, because somebody was asking, I didn't know people were interested in this kind of thing, to be fair. Somebody was asking for a before and after. So on my Inkstampshare Facebook page on here, I have posted pictures as I've gone along. When all the decorating is done, I will post pictures of it finished. If anyone's interested in that kind of thing. Kitchens and makeovers and seeing inside other people's homes and all that. Okay. Right, I'm going to put that one on here. I'm putting it slightly to the left just because I like that kind of layout. Okay. This looks smaller. Optical illusion, it's not. This is good glue because it lets you move things around just for that second before it sets really hard. Okay, are you still with me? A little bit of glue on there. We've worked this stamp set hard this month, haven't we? Really hard. We're going to change things up next month. I'm glad you're still with me. Thank you. This one's going to go on. Oh, something else I wanted to talk to you about as well is how many of you have downloaded the free World Diversity digital stamp from Stampin' Up. We have a whole PDF of digital stamps and sentiments celebrating World Diversity Day. And that was put out last week. And you can find it in my online shop. You can find it here on my Facebook page. Just download it. It's just a PDF. You can print it out as many times as you like. It's for free. There's no catches. It's to celebrate diversity. And it's really cool. I really like it. I've been playing with it. If I can find cards I made, which I've put away, I will show you. Okay, so that's on there. Let's move this scrappy bit out of the way. Okay, so It looks slightly different with a different colour ink. I quite like that. And then we are going to pick out a sentiment. So I already cut this one out from that die set. Stitched so sweetly. Sweetly stitched. Which one is it? Tell me, guys. But these are beautiful and I really love these. And this one fits exactly know that you are loved. I know lots of people who should know that they are loved. I do. No, but it's nice to have, isn't it, Lucy? It's one of those things. Download it because I don't know how long it's available for. I haven't checked, but it's a free one. And if you download it, you've got it and you can print it as many times as you like. I think it's such a lovely thing. Oh, and it's got on there, it's got, it's basically aimed at basically trying to talk about diversity, and it's aimed at all the different markets Stampin' Up! Are in. Because we're in France and we're in Germany and we're in the Netherlands and we're in Australia and we're in the UK and we're in America. So we're all over. So they're aiming things at the different markets we're in. So there's even some British sayings in there. And the one that I like was chin up, it'll all come out in the wash. Which makes me laugh because I say it all the time. I don't particularly say chin up, but I say, oh, it'll come out in the wash. Don't worry, it'll come out in the wash. Don't worry, it'll all come out in the wash. So that made me laugh. And there's one that has, it's got the thistle for Scotland. It's got a rose. What else has it got? It's got a four-leaf, it's got a clover. I can't remember, but it's got the 4 England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales flowers on there. Daffodil. It's fabulous. Thank you. Stitched so sweetly. That's what these dies are. So I'm using Evening Evergreen just because I can, and I like this colour. It's a nice green. And I used Old Olive on my sample. Any green that tickles your fancy. So that's going to go on here. I've got a hair stuck to me. Yeah, what did I do with the card I made? But I will definitely do the England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales one. I'll do something with that because I thought it was fun. And there's some things on there. There's a saying on the British, they're like a few pages long. And on the page with British sentiments, he says something like, what fabulous news or something. I'm like, who actually says that? Oh, what fabulous news. Or super or something. Who actually says that? But it did make me laugh. I like that. Know that you are loved. And I'm going to put it up slightly. I've put it down on this one, but I like it up a little bit. Oh, I've covered up all my leaves, haven't I? Maybe I wanted to because they're slightly skewy. I love the Evening Evergreen too. I like it a lot. Now, I don't want to trip over my dog. Sorry, Alfie, darling. He is there. I'm just going to grab some gems. Where are you? I've got some of the in colour gems. I think I'm going to go with those. In colour gems. Hello, Rose. Welcome. I'm going to use some of the Evening Evergreen because that's the green that we've used. And I'm just going to pop a couple, one up here. Just to jazz it up a little bit. Use whatever you've got. I am getting to the end of these. So pretty. And then I didn't put my innard in. Maybe I didn't put one in the pack or in my pack. But obviously I'll need to put something inside there. So I would put something in there like hello or just a note or thanks a bunch or something to do with know that you are loved. I will put in there when I finish it. But that's our first card. I don't know which one I like first. Tell me, do you like the Bumblebee and Evening Evergreen or do you like the Daffodil and Old Olive? Do tell me which one you prefer because I'm always interested to know what you think. what you prefer. And then I will move on to the next card. Right, we're doing okay for time. I can't go over time today because I'm going to the dentist after coffee and cards. Oh, wish me luck, people. I am not a fan of the dentist at all. However, my dentist is fantastic. She is an amazing lady. She's the best dentist I've ever had, but I just don't particularly like the dentist. So you like the Bumblebee and Evening Evergreen, Jen. I happen to agree with you. Do you know what? I made this one and liked it. Oh, you like them both? They are both nice. Bumblebee. Hi, Shirley. Yeah, I think I like the contrast on this one, but I think they are both nice. But I do agree. I think I like the contrast. I've also got the orientation of the design going a different way on that one, and I think they're both nice. So I'm just going to move those out of the way and we'll crack on with our second card. And I've got this one. It says, thanks a bunch. And I've used some more of this beautiful In Good Taste Designer series paper. And it looks like I've been doing some sponging with this one like I did the previous week. So here we are. I've got all my bits here. So I have got a different piece of the paper to the one that I used in the sample. This one is very nice. I think I picked it out because the tones were similar. Contrast is good. I think you're right. Oh, Teddy was at the vet's yesterday and he had to have some teeth removed. Well, I don't have to have my teeth removed, but we're in good company, Teddy and I, both having to go to the dentist. Give him a big hug from me. And I empathise with his predicament. So I've got some ribbon in the Bumblebee. I've got my flower and that's for my inside. So I think what I need to do is a little bit of ink blending with my brush. Where did I put it? Where? I have a few of them around. Let's grab one. Let's use this one because it's still yellow from the last time I used it. It has hardly any yellow on there. Right, but we're going to use it with a Bumblebee because the ribbon is Bumblebee. So let's grab that. I'm going to squeeze it. Have you ever done this with your ink pad? Squeeze it together and you'll get a little dot on the inside. Just don't want to go too much just with your squeezing. Okay, so like we have done before, you can use the sponge, you can use a brush, you can use a big sponge, you can leave it white if you prefer. Pick up a little bit of that Bumblebee ink. You don't want it too harsh, so I'd rub a little bit off, otherwise you end up with splodgy bit. And then we are going to blend it all the way around and change the colour. The other thing you can do, if you have the dies, you can just cut it out in Bumblebee cardstock. Quite like the shading now of doing it this way. So yeah, we'll be changing things up for the next month. I don't think we'll be one stamp set. It's a little bit limiting, I have found. Not for the stamp set, because obviously there's so many things you can do with one stamp set, but with playing with all the different goodies. Showing you what there is. Just take a bit from the ink pad. I don't want any white bits. So, husband's come off his call. I can hear him. He's now in the kitchen. Oops. So I went to Tesco's this morning after the school run and I bought him some bacon and made him a bacon sandwich. The perks of working from home, eh? Okay, so this one is a different colour. I believe I might have used Bumblebee. Not Bumblebee, this is Bumblebee. Pumpkin Pie ink. But I'm going to go with this. And it's very simply put together. So I am going to take this piece. Ooh, thank you. Look what I've got. I've got a cup of coffee. Aren't I the lucky one? Lovely husband. Okay, I'm going to pop this on here. I'm going to decide where everything's going to go. And before I stick this down, honestly, Zaina, life's little pleasures, they're important, aren't they? Some things. They make life easier. Okay, I've popped in your kits, if you've got one, a length of the ribbon. I just cut mine up ready. Just enough to go across the card. I'm just grabbing my washi tape, which I have cunningly cunningly attached to my little trolley that I've got my stamp and cut and emboss on, and I keep it on a cabana clip thing. I've got a few of these clips with and I had put it on there so it wouldn't come off. Oh dear, so I was fighting with it. All right, now I want my sentiment at the bottom, so I need to bring it up a fair amount, and I'm going to stick my, you can use seal adhesive, double-sided sticky tape, or washi tape like me. Wet glue's not great for sticking ribbon down because it kind of takes a while to dry and it seeps through and you get wet fingers. It works, but it's just a bit messy. Okay, so we've got that on there. I hope Teddy's feeling better today then, Carol. Poor little darling. No fun, especially when you're a dog, eh? Because you can't really explain what's happening, can you? I'm going to do a little bow. Oh, brilliant. That sounds idyllic, Carol. We all need a little break now and again. We all need to do our own thing now and again, don't we? Right, okay. So let's trim that up. Gosh, it was such a bonkers morning. You know what it's like when you're trying to get out of the door with a child who needs to get to school, and you discover that somehow his shoelaces are all shredded at the ends and they've come out and they won't go back in. It was one of those kinds of mornings. Luckily enough, we have been through this scenario before, and I had a spare pair of shoelaces, so there I was, hastily relacing shoes and all of that kind of thing. Zaina, that's you know what, that's quite good sometimes. Because you could do what you like when you like. Not that I changed mine for the will, because he brought me a lovely cup of coffee, bless him. Okay, so I'm going to glue this down. Now I've got the ribbon on, I can glue this panel together. Otherwise I wouldn't have been able to get my ribbon on. Yeah, you don't have to pick up anyone's smelly socks or anything like that. Swings and roundabouts, I say. Okay, so I'm going to glue my sunflower on, and I'm just going to put glue on this middle section because it makes it so much easier than trying to put on all the very delicate parts. I pop it in the middle, like so. And then I've got this piece that I've cut out of early espresso, and that's going to go on a foam pad. He's a bit sleepy, but he's eating okay, is he, Carol? Well, that's good. That's a good sign. If he can eat, and he is eating, I suppose, after having his teeth out, that's a good thing. Right, one little middle on there. And then I'm going to stamp on it before this is where I have to be brave now, because if it goes wrong, I'm stuffed, because I'm stamping straight onto it. Okay, I've got my early espresso ink. And I need the stamp. So, what have I done with them? I tidy up as I'm going along. Can't find anything. Here we are. Oh, you got a son come back home. Smelly socks is still a thing. Oh, dear. Gonna have to sort that out. Honestly, though, you know what? Like, it goes by so fast, doesn't it? We don't really want to wish it away. Right, that's the leaves. So I've got 2 deliveries. I think one may come today and one may come tomorrow. Or they both might come today or they both might come tomorrow. Okay, so I didn't say that very well. What I'm trying to say is, would you guys like to see what I've ordered in my delivery from the new catalogue? Because if so, I'll do a little unboxing. If that's your thing and you want to see what I've got. I've got all sorts of things on my delivery. This flower's fabulous. This sunflower, it's part of the sunflower dies. Thanks a bunch I'm using. I have used this, it's probably came out in last year's annual catalogue and was so popular it carried over to this year's. It's probably my most used set out of the entire catalogue of last year. Just one of those go-to ones that is so beautiful and you can do so many techniques with it. Really love it. Yes, let's drool over the new goodies together. That's a really good idea. So I'll do a little unboxing and then you can watch if you like. Watch on replay if you like, whatever, you know. Have a look at it all. I love watching other people unbox their Stampin' Up stuff. I really love it. I really do. I think it's because you can get a really good idea of what things look like. So much better than seeing them in the catalogue. Right, I'm just going to stick this one on. How are we doing? We've got 10 minutes before I need to go to the dentist. Oh. I'm actually only going to the hygienist today, so it's not so bad. I have a very exciting day tomorrow, though. Really exciting. I keep forgetting about it, but it's very exciting. So my Christmas present was tickets to see the stage show of Les Mis. I was so excited because they were so difficult to get. They were absolutely like hen's teeth. You couldn't get them. And my lovely husband, we did a lot of, waiting around on the laptop and the iPad and the computer. And we managed to get these tickets for my Christmas present way before Christmas. But needless to say, it obviously was cancelled or postponed. So it was postponed to, I think it was March and rescheduled. And then it was rescheduled again to tomorrow. So me and the kids are going into London tomorrow to see Les Mis, and obviously it's the first time we've been out and done anything since lockdown, and I am super excited to see a show that I've been desperate to see forever and ever, and also I get to go out in the real world. So that's my exciting thing I'm doing. I will share with you what it was like. So my husband's not going, it's not his thing, so he's going to be at home, but the rest of us are going. What do you think of this one then? Do you prefer the one with a pumpkin pie or do you prefer the one with a bumblebee flower? It's nice to know. I also prefer this. I thought I loved this paper the best on this card, but I've actually changed my mind and I think I like the contrast of this one. I know, I'm so excited, Carol. What have I done with the insert for this one? I did do one for this one, so I should stamp on it. I'll stamp thanks a bunch again, shall I? And put some sunflowers on it. Also, don't forget to stamp on your envelopes. You will all have envelopes with your kits if you've subscribed. But if you're just doing it at home, don't forget to stamp your envelopes if you're doing your own thing. So fun to see something nice come through the post with something on the envelope. Right, I'm going to pop a little sunflower on there just for fun. And then we're done. And it's my husband's birthday this week. Honestly, nothing happens for like a year and then it all happens at once. Thank you, Carol. I'm so excited, honestly. Right. one. Such a beautiful stamp, this one. Got to leave room to write. There we are. Thanks a bunch. So let's put some glue on there. I do like that bumblebee colour. So I think last year's and this year's ink colours are fantastic. And the bumblebee is one of last year's in colours. And the in colours come in, you get a new set every year and they stay around for 2 years. So we've always got 2 sets ongoing. Right. Okay, so that's that completed. I love those. They are lovely. That's fun. I do not know what I did with the card that I made with the Diversity Day things on. I have a lot of cards over here, but not that one. Why is that? No, I don't have the card. I don't know where I popped that, but I do have the sheet I printed out with the British sentiments on. So there's our rose, our thistle, our shamrock. Sorry, a daffodil, rose, thistle and shamrock. And we've got chin up, it'll all come out in the wash in various different colours. Fancy a cuppa. And this one, what absolutely fabulous news. Which made me laugh. But there's a nice image of all the kind of cultural buildings like in a circle. And Big Ben is in there and lots of ones from other, and there's like lots of different images in that circle. It's like a wreath from different other countries, like there's a Kiwi and there's all different international things. Brilliant, that download. So do grab that free digital download off my website at katebolt.stampinup.net. It's there for everyone, free to use. It's fun. Okay guys, so that was the end of May's Coffee and Cards, and I won't be here next week because we have a birthday, so I will be back the following week on the Tuesday for Coffee and Cards, and I'll be back over on YouTube. Oh yeah, definitely have a look, Zaina. I'll be back on YouTube on Friday for my Friday live at 7 o'clock in the evening, but this is the last of May's Coffee and Cards, so I'll show you what we made. We made ones using the in colours on our first week using the sunflower set. This is kind of like a Z fold with a piece on the front. And I think I've used these same dies here. And this is pale papaya and soft succulent. And this is polished pink and evening evergreen. So those are the first weeks that we did. And then we did, I want to say, I can't remember which way around we did them all. But we have done this one using we just did the die cut. We cut it out and then we put the die cut back in and we put some of the lovely pattern paper behind it. Did Let's Celebrate You and stamped inside. There's the other one. And then Congratulations card. And we did some gold on that one. And we did use one of these dies here, and we kind of stamped our own DSP here. So that was another week's worth. Oh, and that one we covered the envelope to match. And then last week we did some ink blending. So we used that same flower and sponged it with some ink, and we left that negative background in places all over that piece and added then the element that we'd used. And then we put Know That You Are Loved. That's from the same stamp set. And this one was also last week. So a similar idea, but we just did sponging in one place. And we ink spattered with yellow daffodil, I think. We fussy cut this one out. We just did a little bit more sponging under that one. So that was last week's. There's the other one. So those are the samples and those were the other ones. And those are the samples and those were the other ones. So we've got rather a lot of cards made there. And this is this week's. So I hope you've enjoyed May's Coffee and Cards with the Celebrate Sunflowers bundle. And I'll let you know shortly what we're going to be doing for June. Thank you, Zaina. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, everyone, for joining me this morning on Facebook. If you're watching me live, thank you so much. If you're watching me on replay, do leave me a comment and let me know if you're watching on replay and give me a thumbs up. If you're watching me later on because I posted it on YouTube and you haven't found me before, please subscribe to my channel. It helps me lots, and give me a thumbs up. And if you like any of these products that I'm using, I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator and this is my Stampin' Up shop. Pop over there because you can get anything you need from there. And if you do purchase, do use this host code for May, and then I will send you a thank you gift at the end of the month. Thank you, everybody, and I will see you very soon. Thank you for the good luck at the dentist. I need it. I'll let you know. And see you later. Hopefully see you Friday over on YouTube. Bye. Thanks, lovelies. See you later. Bye.